everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is sexual pleasure and the single woman. Sexual pleasure and the single woman. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, to get us started, I did pull a short video. Let's watch this video, and we have a letter. Then we're going to dig into this topic. Sexual pleasure for the single woman. Here we go.
So if you're a woman out there that believes that masturbation is a sin and that masturbation is something that is shameful and that pleasuring yourself should never happen and that you should only have sexual pleasure when you're with a partner, I really want you to maybe think about, why is that? Why do you believe that? Why, as a woman, when you have access to the clitoris, and part of your body that has so many nerve endings that can bring so much pleasure to you, why would you think that that is not something to play with? That is not something for you to enjoy and have pleasure with. And so I like to talk to my goddesses who are on their self-love journey and who want to honor their womb spaces and their yoni spaces to practice self-pleasure ritual. And for me, a self-pleasure ritual is when you're engaging in quote unquote masturbation, but from an intentional place where you're using your imaginations and your words as prayers to manifest the things that you want in your life.
If you're just waiting around for someone to walk into your life and know how to please you, honey, you're going to be waiting a long time. Or maybe you will end up in a relationship that's good on paper, but there won't be any passion or chemistry because, let's face it, how do you expect someone else to know what your needs are when you don't even know what your needs are or you're too afraid to ask? It's nothing shameful to talk about self-pleasure. In fact, I think it's necessary. And I actually think it's safer when you can explore your own anatomy in the privacy of your own home than to suppress that side of you or go through 1,000,000+ partners trying to find out and potentially contract something.
All right, let's dive into this letter. She says, I'm 50, divorced 3 times, single and content. It's the accumulation of 15 years of self-development, including professional therapy and prolonged celibacy, mastering the art of self-control. My past negative experiences were child sexual abuse, rape, domestic violence, financial abuse, and narcissist ex ran the full gamut, leaving me alone to raise 3 children, of whom are wonderful beings. Well, that's fantastic. It's good they left you because you don't want your children to turn out like the narcissist. So it's good that they left. You said that your children are successful in the university studying medical and STEM degrees. Now I am moving out of the caregiver stage because my children are adults. I'm focused more on exploring my own needs and desires. After choosing to be alone for years, I had a brief relationship with a younger man, and just 3 months into the relationship, ended it abruptly without flinching, as I recognized narcissistic traits surfacing. I never look back. Good for you. Good for you. I can honestly say I am content and at peace being alone. If I want to go out and enjoy myself, I go alone. I've made my home a beautiful sanctuary, and I learn new things like playing the violin, and I stimulate my mind by reading and lots of research. Good for you. Ladies, I hope you're listening, because this is how you be happy by yourself. You don't need anybody else. I've learned through the years that the single common denominator at the root of all my issues is my own incorrect self-image and mindset. I am still healing and cannot in all truth say I'm over it. Well, you know what? We're all healing. You continue to heal as long as you're alive. You continue to learn as long as you're alive. So you never get to the end of it. You just continue to grow. I have worked on myself physically losing over 90 pounds. Congratulations. Congratulations. I have been trying to lose 20 pounds. I did lose 10, and I'm just trying to get that other 10, and it's not an easy thing, but congratulations to you. I learned the art of skillfully applying cosmetics. I've raised my self-esteem by going back to study, earning my master's degree, and I'm now working toward attaining a doctoral degree. Well, good for you. I have expanded my mind by learning different philosophies such as Taoism, but I have chosen of my own volition to follow the Christian path. All right. All right. However, my emphasis is on a personal relationship with Yahshua, not organizational religiosity. Well, you know what? If you're a Christian, that's all it is. It's organized dogma. That's what Christianity is. So I don't know how you can half step. You can be half in and half out. But you know what? I wish you the best. I garner a lot of interest from the opposite sex. I look great, feel great, and I'm fully independent of my reliance on men. I receive a lot of pressure and ostracism from church people who view me with suspicion because I have zero interest in getting into a relationship. Well, look, that's what I told you about Christianity. They're too judgmental. Everything they judge. You see, and many of them are not living the life that they proclaim anyway. So, just be aware. Be aware. Married women tend to view me as a potential threat, sometimes displaying quite hostile attitudes. Christians are supposed to be welcoming, friendly, trusting, honest, but many of them are just the opposite, hateful and critical. Single men who show interest are just not eligible as far as I'm concerned. The sediment that's left in the pot. When you strain off all the platitudes and flattery is selfishness. They want a purse or a nurse or a sex toy. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely, whether they in the church or not, it's the same deal. I'm not closed off to a relationship, just hyper vigilant and protective of my peace. That's right. I've just not seen anyone worth enticing me out of my current single happiness. Well, we in the same boat because, I attract men all the time, but I'm extremely picky and I'm protecting my energy. I'm very happy with myself now. When I think about a mate, do I really want somebody to come in here upsetting my home, telling me what to do and how to do it, things like that? I'm not ready for that yet. Okay. All right. You say, I don't think I have ever enjoyed sex, let alone had any good sex. I value myself too highly to pair myself with any man for mere sex, devoid of intimacy. Well, you know what? Don't feel bad about that because there are a lot of women, probably too many to count, who are with men that never enjoyed sex. They never enjoyed it. They never learned to enjoy sex. I didn't learn to enjoy sex until after I left my first husband. And it was with a man that I didn't care for, really, but he was crazy about me and he wanted to please me. And he showed me that women can really enjoy sex. That one man. So they're out there. They may be scarce because a lot of men are selfish. They are only looking to gratify themselves. So they'll play with you a little bit, but it's all about them. So when they get what they want, then they roll over and go to sleep and just leave you just hanging. No, ladies. And I venture to say That's why you have so many women who divorce and then they go to women, because women know what women need or what women want. So you can get tied up in that thing because you get that sexual gratification. Now you're convinced that you're a lesbian because that's where you're getting your sexual gratification. When the whole thing is, you never met a man who cared enough about you to sexually gratify you. Ladies, a lot of you are not lesbians, plus that lifestyle is an abomination. I'm sorry, it is an abomination. And you're drawn that way because of the sexual gratification. You're not getting it from men. Okay? Let's go on with your letter. At 50, I am feeling super sexual and very good about myself. However, the crux of the issue is I experience a lot of guilt around feeling sexual. If you are a Christian, yeah, I know you are. Because Christians act like sex is evil. They act like it's evil. And it shouldn't be talked about something under the cover when it should be openly talked about. Okay? Because what you see in the movies and on TV and reading the books, that's fantasy. It's an illusion. And it's not real. But people need to know what real sexual pleasure is like. And not that it has to be in a negative space. It doesn't have to be depraved. It doesn't have to be dirty. Okay? All right, let's go on with your letter. You say you feel a lot of guilt around feeling sexual. Guilt around self-pleasing. I am realistic and I cannot handle or want casual sex or to be anyone's side piece or pleasure option. I'm not overly concerned about how others view me. My friends are few but solid. I'm working on attracting more friends to network with, but I'm equally discerning about people you need to be. Men and women, same thing. I do not date at all by choice. If I would meet my significant other, I'm pretty sure that God will work it out. And I'm not resorting to online dating or any venture specifically for the purpose of dating. Okay, now wait a minute. What are you waiting on God to work out for you? What are you waiting on God to do for you? All right, this is how it works. You are attracting the men to you. You are doing it. Okay? Now, if you want a certain type of men to be attracted to you, then you need to work on yourself. Look at who you're attracting. And if they're not the right type, then you need to raise your frequency to get a better quality man. All right? Don't be waiting on some God to work out this for you. You'll be waiting a long time. That's not going to happen. But you believe that because that's what you're taught in your Christian faith. You understand? To always put your faith in an outside source that's going to work everything out for you, and that's a facade. Okay? It's not true. I can be quite self-judgmental. You need to stop that. Stop judging yourself because you block your blessings when you do that. No. Always praise yourself. Put yourself on that pedestal. Be happy all the time. And you can be happy in your sex life too. All right? I guess the crust of it is, what recommendation do you have for me to explore my sexuality that's not predicated on entangling myself in harmful scenarios with men? I feel alive and very viral. I don't fear making mistakes, but just reflecting on the intense pain of all my past impetuous liaisons, it is a strong, powerful deterrent. It ought to be. It ought to be. And like I said, if you want to make sure you don't meet these sort of men in the future, continue to work on yourself. What you're doing is right. Continue to work on yourself. And your frequency will be raised and you'll meet a better quality man. But As you grow up, you can see that you can spot narcissists now that you have been engaged with them, and now that you are healing, you can spot a narcissist right away. Okay, let's end your letter here. I can cope with and enjoy being alone, but how do I fully experience sexual pleasure by myself? I acknowledge that I still have a lot of shame around sex. For example, introducing sex toys. Sometimes I even question my sexuality, but I'm aware that demons reside in both genders, which I have a propensity of attracting. I'm recognizing feelings of shame and fear. It's taboo discussing it, but I really want to know how women who make the choice to be alone explore their sexual desires. It's not taboo on this channel. I'll tell you. Listen, number one, Christians, and I say that with confidence because, I was raised a Christian. I was so much raised a Christian until it's like a generational curse in my family. Generations and generations of bishops and pastors, and my father was a bishop. So I was practically born right in the church. Okay? Now, so I know how they think. And when it comes to sex, the way they think is distorted. It's distorted. And I don't care what they'll read you a scripture and tell you what the Bible says. The Bible is written metaphorically. The Bible is written in parables. It's not to be taken literally. You need to go deeper into the meaning because the meaning of the Bible is about you. It's about you. And it's funny because I did hear this quote from someone. The Bible, Bible, is basic instructions before leaving earth. I thought that was fantastic. And that's what it is. Okay, now let's get back to the sex part. You single, but you have urges. It comes. It comes on me. Okay? But listen, if any of you have a problem with sex toys, you have not graduated to that yet. And when you hear about sex toys, you hear about just the vibrator. They got all kind of things. It's according to what you enjoy in sex. Okay? If you like to be vibrated, well, then you get a vibrator. If you like to get punked, then you get that kind of thing. If you like to be licked, then you get that kind of thing. You understand? But ladies, to start off, you need to learn yourself. And I heard Dr. Ruth long years ago, and I used to listen to her. And get yourself a mirror and look down there and see what's going on. Okay? And start touching yourself so you can see exactly what those men are doing to you down there. All right? Find the spot that feels good to you. You got a hand, use your own hand. All right? Then your own hand can be your own sex toy. Put some oil on it there and put some oil there and massage yourself. Just in your own home, quiet, nobody there, lock doors or lock the house, whatever. Just enjoy yourself. Learn your own body, ladies. That's the point. If you don't know what satisfies you, how can you expect somebody else to do it? And a lot of us, we'll just take whatever men do to us when they come and just say in our mind, that was, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over. You know how many ladies live their whole lives like that? I'm glad it's over. But they go through it because they want a man there. They want a man there. And then a lot of times, after it's over, the man won't even hug you or kiss you or say thank you or nothing. He just rolls over and go to sleep. Ladies, listen, you deserve the best. I keep telling you deserve the best. And those of you who are Christians, there is nothing wrong with pleasing yourself. You are single, and don't run out trying to find some man to take advantage of you sexually. Don't do that. What you call love. It ain't love no way. Okay? Learn to please yourself. And once you know how to please yourself with your own hand, then you know what you like. Okay? And then when you graduate and you decide that you want to get a sex toy, you know what kind of sex toy to look for to satisfy you. Okay? Because we're all different. We all don't like the same things. But I just wanted you to understand that don't be in a box and don't allow people to put you in a box. Okay? And you can live a happy life. Love yourself fully. There's nothing wrong with that. The universe wants you to love yourself and to be happy with yourself. But don't rush out to find a man to satisfy you. Learn to satisfy yourself first. And then when you decide to choose a man, if he does not satisfy you sexually, at least you can tell him what to do. Because a lot of men don't know what to do. They think they know what to do because they've watched porn and all of that. But a lot of things in porn are not pleasurable. But women won't say anything. They just go along with it. Women, I hope that you understand the message today. And I really hope that it helps someone. Now, I want to say something about the Book of Wisdom. I did hear from a number of you, and I thank you so much. It must be something wrong on my end, and I will check to see if my firewall came up and is blocking me out from everything. But I'm glad that you can still get the book and that the link in my description is still working so you can get the book, because that book is so important. It's so important. And this is a book that you can pass on to your children. Okay, so that's the Book of Wisdom, and I hope that you forgive me for thinking that they were down. I'm glad they're not down, because they are a powerful team of people. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. I want to thank you for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.